I'm currently in the Fox and I've got this transmission installed. Has a cheap shifter. And yeah, it's pretty difficult to get this in. I had to move the clutch fork upward, shimmy it, tighten the bolts. As I shimmy, finally got it to where it went in. Gave up on it, came back, and somehow it installed itself. I don't know what that was about, but somehow, like me just putting a little bit of tight on the bolts. I didn't tighten them all the way, but I just put a little bit of tighten just so it snug up so it wouldn't fall off, so I wouldn't have to try to shove it up there again. And came back, and somehow it was just in there. So I don't know if it was from me jacking it up with the jack or what, but somehow it ended up being snugged up in there. So I came back today and I was able to put the bolts in. I'm gonna show you guys what I'm talking about. This is my 1990 Ford Mustang that I decided to just swap out the entire drivetrain. For those of you that don't know, also changed the front end, had an accident, so now it has a 4-eye front. But yeah, you could barely see it, but this is the motor. This is a 306 with a bunch of add-ons. And what I was doing was, because I have aftermarket bell housing, this is basically what took place when I put this thing together. So I had got a clutch, not too expensive, just a cheap little clutch. ARP bolts for the bolt on the transmission, as well as both the bell housing back to the back of the transmission. The issue I ran into was the bolts weren't actually, I want to say the right size. So I had to cut them down the size to make them fit. So me using all ARP hardware, I hated to cut them, but I cut a bunch of them to make them fit in the engine block, and now they fit because this is actually thinner than the stock bell housing. I believe they would have worked with the stock bell housing, but because it's not a stock bell housing, it didn't work. But other than that, I pretty much got it in there, and I was going to use this, but turns out that this was the wrong cross member for my car, which I thought it was the right one, but I think it's from my SN95. I believe I bought it from my SN95, but I'm not quite sure. But yeah, that's what's going on. Got the transmission in. Next thing is to get all the sensors for the pedals, which I still haven't done, and yeah, get around to getting this thing going.